Are you wearing the clothes, or are they wearing you? Most women over 60 are accidentally aging themselves by trying to hide. Today, I'm revealing the 5 specific dress silhouettes that act like an instant facelift, adding energy, shape, and a decade of youth back to your look. As a stylist, I hear the same thing from women in their 60s and 70s every day. I feel like I've become invisible. Often we react to age by dimming our lights. We choose oversized tinted dresses to hide our midsections, or we stick to dusty pastels because we think bold colors are for the younger crowd. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for next time you're shopping, and more importantly, you'll know why certain dresses make you look tired while others make you look like you just got back from a month in the Mediterranean. Let's get started. If I could only put my clients in one dress for the rest of their lives, it would be the faux wrap. Why? Because as we mature, our gravity shifts. We often lose that crisp definition between the bust, the waist, and the hips. The faux wrap uses diagonal lines to trick the eye, instead of a horizontal line that cuts you in half, making you look shorter. The diagonal line of a wrap dress creates a continuous path for the eye to follow. It's an instant vertical lengthener. Let's look at the 3 key elements that make this dress age-defying. The surplus neckline. The surplus neckline. This V shape is your best friend. It opens up the chest area and draws attention upward toward your face. It makes the neck look longer and more elegant. The sewn-in waist. Unlike a standard wrap dress that can come undone or requires a bulky knot, the faux wrap is sewn shut. It gives you a permanent cinched waist without the struggle of a belt that might slide around. The side ruching. Look for versions with ruching or gathering at one side of the waist. This is fashion's version of camouflage. It hides any softness in the tummy area while still giving you a shape. Choose matte jersey or ITI knit. These drape beautifully and don't wrinkle. Avoid thin cotton or linen. These can cling to every bump and wrinkle easily. Large-scale or abstract prints. They are modern and sophisticated. Avoid tiny ditzy florals. These can look grandmotherly and dated. Length should be at or just below the knee. This keeps the silhouette looking light. Avoid maxi length with no slit. It can weigh down a petite frame. Now let's talk styling. To keep this looking 2026 and not 1996. If the V-neck is a bit too deep, don't reach for a clunky camisole. Instead, use a lace modesty panel or a high-quality bodysuit to keep the lines clean. Since the neckline is the star, skip the short necklace. Go for a long pendant-style necklace that mimics the weave of the dress, or forgo the necklace entirely and wear a pair of bold sculptural earrings to pull the gaze up. Choose a nude-to-you pointed toe pump or a sleek slingback. This extends the line of the leg from the hem of the dress all the way to the floor. When you catch your reflection in a faux wrap, you aren't seeing a shape, you're seeing a silhouette. It's the difference between looking like you're wearing a sack and looking like you have a figure. And having a figure is the quickest way to look 10 years younger. If you feel like you've lost your edge or your outfits feel a bit too soft and shapeless, the structured shirt dress is your solution. The reason this takes years off is simple. Posture. A shirt dress has a built-in collar and shoulder seams that act like a frame for your body. It mimics the crispness of a button-down shirt but gives you the elegance of a full outfit. It signals that you are disciplined, stylish, and modern. Here is why this specific dress is a miracle worker for the 60-plus silhouette. The face-framing collar. As we age, the jawline can lose some of its sharpness. A crisp, popped collar creates a structural backdrop that defines your neck and jaw. The vertical placket. That line of buttons running down the center. That is a visual cheat code. It creates a vertical line that draws the eye up and down, making you look taller and leaner instantly. The sleeve versatility. Most shirt dresses come with long or elbow-length sleeves, showing off your forearms and wrists. The narrowest part of the arm is a classic styling trick to look slimmer and more energetic. Let's talk about the styling masterclass. The 3-point check. Point 1. The cuff flip. Never wear the sleeves all the way down to the wrist. Unbutton the cuff, flip it back twice, and push it up toward the elbow. This messy chic look adds an air of effortlessness that screams youth. Point 2. The belt swap. Most shirt dresses come with a flimsy fabric tie made of the same material as the dress. Throw it away. Replace it with a leather belt in a contrasting color, like a cognac tan or a navy. This defines your waist with much more authority. Point 3. The button rule. Do not button it all the way to the chin, that can look stuffy. Leave the top 2 buttons open to create a slight V shape, which, as we discussed with dress #1, is the most lengthening shape for the neck. Avoid 100% stiff cotton poplin if you hate ironing. Instead, look for tensile, lussel or no iron linen blends. You want the dress to hold its shape, but you don't want to look like a crumpled napkin by 2 p.m. Be careful with the safari-style shirt dresses that have large pockets right over the bust. If you are well endowed, those pockets act like neon signs pointing to the chest and can make you look top-heavy. Look for clean front versions for a more sophisticated, streamlined appearance. The structured shirt dress says you are the CEO of your own life. It's polished, it's sharp, and it proves that classic doesn't have to mean boring. If you feel like your style has become static, meaning your clothes just sit on you, it's time for the fit and flare. The reason this dress takes 10 years off is because of kinetics. Youth is associated with movement. When you walk in a dress that has a bit of swing at the hem, it creates a visual sense of energy. Plus, it is the ultimate camouflage dress. It highlights the smallest part of most women's frames, the area just under the bust, and then skims beautifully over everything else. Let's break down why this specific midi length is your secret weapon. The high waist illusion. Most fit and flares are designed to flare out starting an inch or 2 above your natural waist. This elongates the legs and hides any midsection concerns effortlessly. The midi sweet spot. Many women over 60 think they should go shorter to look younger, or go floor length to hide their legs. Both are traps. The midi length, hitting at the narrowest part of your shin, is the most elegant length on the planet. It shows just enough skin to look airy but provides total confidence. Volume control. Unlike the mubo or tenture dresses, the fit part of this dress ensures you don't get lost in the fabric. You still have a shape. How do we keep this from looking like a 1950s costume? It's all in the details. The neckline. Look for a square neck or a scoop neck. These are incredibly modern and show off the collarbone, one of the most beautiful features on a woman of any age. The print. Avoid ditzy florals, those tiny crowded flower prints. They tend to look dated. Instead, go for solid, bold colors or large-scale abstract prints. Think Picasso, not a tea party. The pockets. A modern fit and flare almost always has pockets. Use them. It gives you something to do with your hands, which instantly makes your posture look more relaxed and cool. The biggest mistake women make with a midi dress is wearing a sensible comfort shoe with a rounded toe. That instantly adds years. Pair this with a pointed toe flat or a sleek ankle boot with a small heel. If it's summer, a wedge espadrille is perfect. You want a shoe that has a bit of point to it to continue the long line of the leg that the midi length started. When you wear a fit and flare, you aren't just standing in a room, you're moving through it. It's a dress that celebrates life, and nothing is more youthful than a woman who looks like she's ready to dance. Dress number 4 is for my ladies who love comfort but don't want to sacrifice an ounce of chic. The column dress is exactly what it sounds like. A straight, streamlined dress that creates one continuous vertical line of color. By itself, it can feel a bit exposed. But when you add a third piece, like a long vest, a duster, or a structured blazer, you create the sandwich effect. This trims the sides of your body visually and leaves a narrow column in the center, making you look taller and leaner than any other outfit on this list. Here is the magic of the third piece strategy. By wearing a long open layer over a solid dress, you create 2 vertical lines down your torso. The eye only sees the slice in the middle, effectively deleting several inches from your waist and hips. Many women tell me they avoid dresses because they don't like their upper arms. This duo solves that. A lightweight duster or a chic blazer provides coverage without looking like you're hiding under a heavy cardigan. Texture over texture creates depth. A knit column dress paired with a linen duster or a leather blazer looks curated and high-end. Not all layers are created equal. Here is how to choose your third piece. The long duster, best for height and elegance, should be roughly the same length as the dress for a seamless long look. The structured blazer for authority and shape. Choose one with shoulder pads to lift your frame and define your silhouette. The denim jacket, weekend and casual. Look for a dark wash and a cropped fit to keep your waistline visible. The do's and don'ts of column dressing. Choose monochromatic dressing. Try a navy column dress with a navy duster. This head-to-toes color is the fastest way to look 5 inches taller and 10 years more modern. Avoid the frumpy cardigan. Avoid the thin, floppy knitted cardigans that button up the front. They tend to cling to the back and sag at the pockets, which adds visual heaviness and age. Add a belt. If you want to show off your waist, belt the inner dress, then put the outer layer over it. It's a very high fashion trick that keeps the slimming slice effect while showing your shape. The column dress with a third piece says you aren't just dressed, you are composed. It's sophisticated, it's modern, and it works for everything from a casual lunch to a high-stakes meeting. If you feel like your wardrobe has become a bit too predictable, or dare I say stale, the asymmetrical hemline is your reset button. Why does it take 10 years off? Because straight lines are predictable. Diagonal lines are dynamic. As we age, we often deal with heaviness in our gait or our silhouette. A dress that is longer on one side or features a handkerchief hem creates constant visual interest. It tells the world that you aren't just functional, you are creative and forward-thinking. Here is how the uneven hemline works in your favor. The ankle flash. By having the hem rise slightly on one side, you show off the ankle and the lower leg without the vulnerability of a short skirt. This peekaboo effect is incredibly youthful and airy. Distraction therapy. If you are conscious about your knees or midsection, the asymmetrical line pulls the eye down and across, rather than letting it rest on any one trouble spot. The walkie factor. This dress comes alive when you move. The fabric swishes differently than a standard hem, giving you a spring in your step that looks energetic and vibrant. Not all asymmetry is created equal, to keep it sophisticated rather than costumey. Follow these 3 rules. Rule 1. Subtle over extreme. You don't need a massive 10-inch difference. Look for a high-low that is subtle, or a side drape that just breaks the horizontal line of the knee. Rule 2. Fabric weight. Choose fabrics with weight and bounce. Think heavy crepes or high-quality knits. If the fabric is too thin, the asymmetrical hem can look like a mistake or a sag rather than a design choice. Rule 3. Keep the top simple. Since the party is happening at the bottom of the dress, keep the neckline and sleeves simple. A boat neck or a simple 3/4 sleeve balances the drama of the hemline. Because this dress is inherently artistic, lean into that. This is the perfect dress to pair with a modern ankle boot or a sculptural block heel. Avoid dainty shoes. You want something with enough visual weight to match the interesting hemline. A structured geometric crossbody bag keeps the look modern and prevents it from looking too bohemian or messy. The asymmetrical hemline is for the woman who isn't afraid to stand out. It proves that you haven't stopped evolving. It's a dress that says, "I'm still full of surprises," and nothing is more youthful than that. Before we conclude this video, we have to talk about what's happening underneath. I can give you the most beautiful dress in the world, but if your foundation isn't right, the dress won't perform. The gravity's check. As we age, our bust line naturally drops. If your bra is tired, your waistline disappears because your bust is sitting on it. A professional bra fitting is the cheapest plastic surgery you'll ever have. Raising your bust just 2 inches instantly creates a longer torso and a slimmer waist. The seamless secret: skip the heavy shapewear that makes you feel like a sausage. Instead, look for high-waisted seamless slips or smoothing shorts. We want to smooth, not compress. You want to be able to breathe and enjoy your dinner. Many women over 60 fall into the set trip. Matching necklace, matching earrings, matching bracelet. This can look very stiff and frankly dated. Trade your tiny safe jewelry for one statement piece. If you're wearing a high-neck dress, go for a bold cuff bracelet. If it's a V-neck, try a chunky modern resin necklace. Don't be afraid to mix gold and silver. It looks intentional and collected, rather than purchased as a set. It's a very chic city woman vibe. Nothing ages a dress faster than a sensible shoe. You don't need 4-inch stilettos, but you do need intentionality. Trade the round toe ballet flat, which can look a bit little girl, for a pointed toe flat or a low block heel. If you want your legs to look miles long in these dresses, find a shoe that matches your skin tone. It creates a continuous line that doesn't cut your leg off at the ankle. Style after 60 isn't about following rules or chasing youth. It's about refusing to be invisible. Whether you choose the structure of a shirt dress or the energy of an asymmetrical hem, remember that your clothes are a celebration of the woman you've become. You've spent decades caring for others. Now it's time to take 10 minutes each morning to care for you. Let's do a quick recap of our sartorial facelift checklist. The faux wrap for instant waist definition. The structured shirt dress for a polished CEO's frame. The fit and flare midi for youthful movement and grace. The column dress for that expensive vertical length. The asymmetrical hem to add edge and artistic energy. I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 styles is calling your name? Drop a comment below. I'll be jumping in to answer your styling questions. And if this video gave you a boost of confidence today, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more masterclasses on dressing with vitality. I'll see you in the next video. Go out there and be seen.